Good morning. So many faces, so many people I love. This is just a beautiful moment. Let's take our hands together at the heart. Bring our feet together at the top of the mat. And wherever you are, if you're online doing this practice right now, or maybe sometime later today, you're turning it on, I want you to just take a moment, just feel your feet on the ground. We're going to take this moment to try to meet ourselves exactly where we are. So I want you to turn your attention inward. Make it so your big toes are touching. Feel your feet together. Yeah. Push down into your feet and notice how it makes you rise up. Notice how you're pressing your hands together. Are you being aggressive? Are you being really passive? Are you just waiting for instruction? Or are you living fully and present in this moment? My friends, your yoga has already begun. Start to move your breath through your body. Start to make yourself feel alive. Notice the vibrancy of being in present time and feeling your breath. We don't want to live our life just waiting for instructions. We want to show up. We want to make each moment full of purpose. I posted something this morning on Instagram, and it was just a simple question. If you could write a note to your younger self, and you only had 2 words, what would they be? Think about it. 2 words. 2 words that would have been really relevant then, 2 words that are relevant right now, and 2 words that you know will be relevant then, later. Let's see if we can be that today in our yoga. Whatever that is, whatever that advice is, let's embody it in our movement. When you're ready, take a deep breath in, reach your arms up over your head. Stretch like you mean it. Exhale, let's forward fold. Fold in deep, let your head down. Feel your body, be in the moment. Then lift halfway up and put your fingers on your shins. The fingers belong on the shins so you can push into your legs and extend the chest out and forward. Yes. We want the back flat, we want the neck long, we want the collarbones wide. Take another breath here. And then exhale, fold back in. Grab the back of your legs or touch the floor. And then with a flat back, we're going to lift the head and chest and rise all the way up. Push into your feet, pull your belly in, reach up high. And then exhale, bring the hands right back to your heart. Again, inhale, arms reach, breathing and moving. Exhale and fold. Fold in, belly lifts. Halfway up, lengthen that spine. Exhale, let's fold in deep. And then again, inhale, rising all the way up. So this is how it works, breath and movement. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll keep adding on. Inhale, arms reach, breathing and moving. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen, halfway up. Now take your right leg and make a big step back to the back of the mat. That's it. Drop your hips a little lower, lift your head and chest a little higher. Just notice how that feels. Fingers are on the floor. I'm going to try to ease us into our bodies. Take one more breath right here. And then push into your hands and pull that left leg back into downward facing dog. It's like a big upside down V. Our hips rise up into the sky, our head hangs low, and you can feel the ease come into the spine. Try to use your legs more than you think you need to, so you take some pressure off of your arms. Spread your fingers out wide, make really big hand prints. We're going to breathe in and push back. And then exhale, simply walk your feet up to the top of the mat. So just look forward, don't look at your feet, look forward. That's it. Come halfway up. Inhale. Fold deeply on your exhale. Feet are together. And then rise up to standing. Head up, chest up, arms reach. And then hands come to the heart. We'll do it on the other side. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen halfway up. Left leg takes that big step back. Let's keep our fingers down and just drop the hips a little. Lift the chest and the head a little. Just pay attention. Right now your body is telling you where you're stiff. If you create a little more integration in your body, you won't feel as heavy. So try lifting that back knee a little bit. Try pressing into both of your feet so you feel more grounded. And always try to keep a little lift in the lower belly. You feel the difference? Yeah, so all of these little things are happening throughout the practice. Now it's a big step back into down dog. Press into your hands, pull that leg back, lift your hips high. Let's all take a deep breath and let out a little sigh. Good, I like what I see. If you're struggling in your arms, wrists, shoulders, you've got to use your legs more. Try to push back. Take one more breath. And then look at your hands, and we're going to just walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up. Inhale, flatten that back. Exhale and fold. Now my favorite, bend your knees. We're going to pretend we're going to sit in a chair and then reach those arms up, and we literally call it Utkatasana, or our English version is chair pose. Notice the footprint. Sometimes we get really light in the toes and sit heavy in the heels. Sometimes you get so heavy in your toes that the heels feel like they're going to lift. I want you to try to get the heels and the toes down. Press into your feet. And then keep pressing into the feet so you can come up strong. Stretch and reach to the sky. Inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. So good. Inhale, arms reach again. Hook your thumbs together and then spread your fingers out like big rays of the sun. I want you to feel so much energy coming out of your hands. The thumbs are literally pulling apart from each other. And then you're going to stretch your body to the right. Just take a little stretch. Don't go far. Turn your gaze up toward the sky. As you lift your gaze up, you'll lengthen your spine and you'll keep the crown in line with your tail. And so sometimes it feels like I'm asking you to lean back in the poses, and that's only because we're so accustomed to hunching forward. So I'm looking for ways to get you back into your alignment. Inhale, rise to center, and then take it to the other side. Each movement is gentle. Each movement is just awakening some of the tissue in the body that gets stiff when we sleep. We're just going to try to move the sliding surfaces and get rid of all of the cobwebs. Inhale, come back up to center and release your arms down. Bring your hands back to your heart center and find your breath. We're going to start to move again on that breathing, but I want you to remember those two words. Are you being that right now? Can you take your own best advice? It's not like someone else is imposing that message on you. It is something you are asking for, something you believe in. Let's see if we can infuse it. We have 1 hour that we can continue to think about it, bring it in the forefront of our consciousness, and try to embody it in our movements. I can't think of a better way to integrate something into our lives. When you're ready, take a deep breath. Reach the arms up. Reach like you mean it. Stretch to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Humbly bow your head down. Come halfway up. Inhale, lengthen. And then step back into plank pose. Plank requires a little more strength. I want you to make sure you're really using your legs and try not to let the heavy part, the belly and the hips, sag. Lift the belly to the spine. Yes, keep the hips buoyant. And then I want you to keep feeling that lift and start to bend your elbows. Looking forward, you're going to come all the way down onto the belly. So good. Inhale for cobra. It's a little baby back bend. Keep your hips on the mat. I want you to be able to sustain it because we're going to stay for about 5 breaths. I want you to feel the strength of your back body. So hips are on the ground, elbows are bent here. When we soften the elbows, we can actually articulate the shoulders a little better. So come down a little lower. Elbows in toward the waist, collarbones wide. Yeah. Take one more breath. And then release your chest down, tuck your toes, and go back to downward facing dog. So when we don't line up the poses properly, we end up using muscles in the wrong places. We want to actually target the actions to the places in the body that need to be strengthened. We don't want to add compression or tension to places that already are struggling. Let's push back a little, take a deep breath in, and then look at your hands. Let's walk the feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale. Fold deeply, exhale. On the inhale with a flat back, come all the way up. Reach the arms high, gaze goes up. Hands come to the heart, exhale. Same thing again, we call it Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Lift and lengthen halfway, and then step back to plank. And lower. Take it all the way down to the belly. Take your time. You could always put your knees down first if you need to. Inhale, cobra pose. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. It feels like fall is actually starting to happen. Can you feel it? Yeah. How lucky are we? Last inhale. Push back a little bit. And then look at your hands. Go ahead, walk your feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up. Inhale. Fold deeply. Exhale. Flat back, rising all the way to standing. Push into the feet. Pull the belly in. Reach the arms. And then draw the hands right to your heart. Good. We're going to add on chair pose. Bend your knees. You know it's my favorite. It's so much purpose, you know, and it requires presence. No one can sustain this pose unless they're doing it well. It doesn't have to be hard. Pull the ribs in a little bit, pull the tailbone in a little bit so you're not overexposing the front body, but you actually feel really strong and confident. I want you to stay right where you are, but reach your arms a little more fiercely. There. Take one more breath. Come to standing. This time stretch back a little bit. Reach till it feels good. Don't go further. And then exhale your hands right to your heart. Okay, now one breath only, chair pose. Find that really sweet spot. Arms active, legs sitting back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen the heart out. And then go to plank and lower. Step back. You can put your knees down or not. Lower slowly. Inhale, cobra, little baby back bend. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so I think we've got all of that. Let's step the right foot forward to the hands. And from this lunge, we're going to come up. We call it high crescent lunge. Arms sweep up over the head. Breathe. So you need to really feel your feet on the ground. You need to hug in a little bit on your hips and create that feeling of integration. And then when you feel integrated, you can give me an even fuller expression of the pose. Let the expression of the pose be an expression of those two words. Take one more breath. And then place your hands down on the earth, step back to plank. Organize yourself in plank. It's an important part of the transition. And then lower yourself slowly down. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. We're going to try the high crescent on the other side. I want to give you time to feel it. So left foot steps up, stay on your right toes. Arms sweep up overhead. Make sure you're still breathing. One of the things I love so much about this pose is that there's such a tendency to be too heavy in the front leg. And if we really truly are doing yoga, we're looking to balance our actions. So if you lean back just a little, and it might feel scary because you feel like you're going to go deeper, but what you're actually doing is distributing your weight through both feet and both legs, which will allow you to sustain the pose even longer. Use everything you've got. What a shame it would be if we just blew out one leg and the other one had nothing going on. Take one more breath, fully express, and then exhale. Hands to the earth, step back to plank. Strong legs, strong core, lower it down nice and slow. Inhale, cobra, open the heart space, strengthen your back. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so we're going to take the lunge up a notch. We're going to do warrior one. Right foot steps up, left foot turns in. So now the back foot is flat. You can even feel yourself standing on it more. Come on up into that full expression. I want you to integrate the base. I want you to stand evenly in both legs, and I want you to fully express. So maybe your 2 words were be kind. Maybe it was do less. Maybe you push, push, push all the time. So maybe you're trying to be a little softer in your practice. Right? I don't know what the words were. There were some great ones already listed on there. I want all of you to go home today and go on my Instagram and write your words. That's it. Take a deep breath. Go ahead, flow it out. Eyes down, hands down. Step it back and lower yourself slowly. Inhale, that cobra pose. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Warrior on the other side. Left foot steps, right foot turns. And all of this pacing, all of this nice slow movement gives you time to actually feel it in your body. Let an impression be made, because in a moment we're going to be flowing through this pretty fast. It's going to help us build some heat and fluidity and make us connect more deeply with our breath. So right now you are actually working on grounding the feet, squaring the hips, not fully but a little. Bring your chest forward. Reach your arms like you mean it. Make sure your pose is an expression of your work today. Give me one more breath, and then exhale, flow it out. Hands down, step back, and lower. Inhale for that cobra. Open the chest, shoulders move back. And then exhale into downward facing dog. All right, so we have done all of the elements of what we call Surya Namaskar B. And we're going to put that together in one big beautiful flow. The key is for you to do it with your breathing. Inhale, push back. Exhale, look forward. Bring your feet up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale. Fold deeply, exhale. Bend your knees, reach your arms, chair pose, inhale. Come to standing, reach high. Exhale, release. All right, we're gonna put it all together. If my cueing feels a little fast, you can go slower. If my cueing feels a little slow, you can go faster. We have a lot of people here and we have a lot of different levels. And when we have a big crowd like this, it's an opportunity for you to really try to make it your own. When it's like 5 people in a class, everybody kind of tries to be in sync with each other. But we have a tremendous opportunity right here as a whole for each of us to really be individuals. And so I want you to honor the length of your breathing. I want you to feel the pacing of your breath. If you're taking long, slow, deep breaths, you'll have plenty of time to move from pose to pose. Are you guys ready? All right, inhale, chair pose. One breath, sit back. As you exhale, fold in. On the inhale, come halfway up. And then as you exhale, both feet go back and you lower. As soon as you're ready to inhale, take that cobra pose. And then exhale, back to down dog and step up with your right foot right away. Inhale, rise up for warrior one. It's one breath only. And then as you exhale, hands down, step back and lower. A lot to do. Big inhale for cobra. As you exhale, you push back and step with the left. No pause there. Step with the left foot. Rise on the inhalation. Exhale all the way back down. Hands down, step back and lower. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, take 5 breaths. Yeah, take 5 breaths. And there's one little thing about the breath that I neglected to mention, and that's that we're trying to breathe in and out of the nose, in both directions. Nice deep breath coming in through the nose, nice controlled breath going out through the nose. Try that. Inhale, push back. Exhale as you look forward. Bring those feet to the top of the mat. Come halfway up as you inhale. Fold deeply, exhale through the nose in both directions. Chair pose, inhale. Come to standing, release your arms, exhale. How'd that feel? That actually looked quite good. You guys getting a little heat? All right. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Step the right leg back, but stay on your toes. Come to high crescent lunge. Arms sweeping up overhead. Oh, I really like it. Now bring your hands together at your heart. Are you still embodying those 2 words? Can you lean forward now so that your hands and your chest come over that left knee? And then trust the left foot so much, it's so strong that if you push into it, the right leg can float up behind you. Now, if you want to reach that leg back, you've got to reach the chest forward so the actions are happening in balance. Balance is tricky. Now, no drama. Come to standing, put both feet together at the top of the mat. I like how you did it. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Left leg lunges back, stay on the toes. When you inhale, you rise for high crescent lunge. So the body has a little wisdom now, a little experience. As we move through the same thing on this side, it's probably going to have a little more grace. Hands come to the heart. Lean the weight forward. Feel the weight go into that right leg, and then use the strength. Push and straighten it up. Lift up that back leg. Oh, see? Better on the second side. Hands keep finding the center, and then feet come together, top of the mat. I like how you're moving. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift and lengthen, inhale. And then fold again, exhale. Put your fingertips on the floor, which means some of you might have to bend your knees a little bit, and try to move your hands about 6 inches forward of your toes. Fingertips, so don't be on the wrist, be on your fingertips. Nice tall fingertips, yeah. And then lift your right leg up behind you. I want you to feel that back leg reaching back. Don't go up so high, maybe only parallel with the floor. Feel how active that right leg can be behind you. And then draw the belly into the spine. Again, just accessing your center. And then bring your hands right to prayer at the heart. Same idea, just different way of coming in. Now, belly to the spine, come to standing, feet together, top of the mat. I love you. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. You did it. Come halfway up. Inhale. Fold again. Exhale. Find that place for your fingertips. And there's a reason why we have fingertips, so we can keep the spine lengthening. Let's look a little forward. It should feel like inhale, lengthen, lift, right? The spine is in support and length. The fingertips are there, so you have some balance, and then the left leg is going to rise. Don't go too high. I promise you, if the left leg can go really high and then you try to come up, all of your weight's going to be in the right leg, and it's not going to be fun. I want you to think more about stretching back and forward than up, yeah? Feel it, chest forward, foot back, and then hands to heart center. No explosive movements here. Slow and steady wins the race here. Mindfulness, groundedness. come to standing. Bring your feet together. Nice work, everyone. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. This time, I want you to keep your fingers on the floor and bend your knees. Bend them so much that you start to lift your heels and come into a little squat right there at the top of the mat. Hands at the heart again. So yeah, high up on the toes. Let those toes bend. When was the last time you gave your toes any love? Probably paid for a pedicure and let somebody else love them, right? How are you using your hands right now? Are they part of the pose? Belly to the spine, lengthen up a little bit. And this is one of my favorite transitions because it's going to take you to one of my favorite poses. We're going to sink the heels back down, reach the arms up, and go to chair. So good, everyone. Come to standing, stretch back. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Go right back in. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Take the right leg and step it back. We're going to stay on the toes, but keep that right hand on the mat and take a twist open to the left side. So if your lower back at all is feeling tender, this is a moment for you to take care. The same thing is happening here, a little bit of lengthening forward and lengthening back. So make sure your right leg is straight. Open the chest and pull your head back a little bit. Yeah. We want to feel like the chest is reaching toward the center of the park. Don't be afraid to lean back into that space behind you because we're so used to hunching forward that it feels like you're going back, but you're actually probably bringing yourself back into a straight line. Give me one more inhale, twist a little deeper on the exhale, and then the eyes go down, the hand goes down, step back to plank, and lower yourself down. Inhale, cobra pose, be gentle. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Push back just a little bit. And then look at your hands. We're going to just take that walk right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up. Inhale. Fold deeply. Exhale. Bend your knees, please. Draw those hands to heart center. And then twist to the right side. It's a counter twist. And one of the first things I see as I look around the park is just how magnificently you're doing your work. And then I'm just going to offer up some suggestions that might refine your work a little bit. So feel the same amount of weight in both feet. If your left knee and your left hip started sneaking forward, can you encourage them to go back where they were? That's it. If you press into your palms and use the left elbow against the leg, can you twist your chest open a little more? And then try to bend your knees so your hips drop a little more and then lift your chest a little higher. And then just let it go. Forward fold. Yeah, you can make a sound. That's it. Now we're going to roll up like a rag doll, which is something we haven't done yet. I want you to bend your knees, tuck your tailbone and your chin so your back is rounded and the belly feels firm, and you're going to come up one vertebra at a time. Stacking the spine until you're standing really tall. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. Left leg is going to take that lunge back. And as soon as you step back, root the left hand down for that beautiful twist open to the right side. So sometimes in this pose, we have a tendency to let the left hip dip really low and let the right hip hike up into the air. So I'm going to have you try to adjust that. Maybe you could bring your right hip down and your left hip up. Think about that. Lift the left hip bone a little higher. And then bend the right knee a little bit deeper. Yeah. So there's something going on there that actually has some real value. A lift and support, and then bend the front knee. Bend the front knee. Bring this down. Breath is steady, twisting from the waistline. Don't be afraid of the space behind you. Open your heart, breathe in, say those 2 words. And then your eyes go down, your hands go down. Step back and lower yourself down. Inhale for Cobra pose. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Remind yourself why you're here. How much power that message can have in your life. If you only knew then what you know now, and if you could carry it through to the future. Take one more breath, push back, and then look at your hands. Let's walk the feet up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale. Fold deeply on that exhale, and you know what's coming. Chair pose. Hands return to the heart center, and now the twist goes to the left side. Check in with yourself, right? Be in present time. Is the weight even in your feet? Did you twist so much that your whole body turned with you, and then the right hip and right knee went forward? See if you can pull it back. We want to keep the hips square and the pelvis kind of neutral, and try to get the twist from above. That's it. Now, the head. Sometimes the head goes left. Can you not be afraid of that space behind you? There it is. Take a breath. Enjoy that. And then just simply let it go. Ah, say it. Make a sound. Yeah, go ahead. Shake the head gently. Yes. Yes, I am going to listen to my advice. Shake your head no. The old stories that are not true. I say no, they are no longer going to rule me. And then we're going to bend those knees and like a rag doll. We're going to articulate the spine, 1 vertebra at a time. Press down through the feet and roll yourself up with care and sensitivity. And then stand tall in your place. Feel those feet on the ground. Feel your breath moving through your body. On the inhale, reach those arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. Step, step back and lower. Go ahead, take it down slowly. Inhale for Cobra. And then with some grace, find your way back to down dog. All right, here we go. A little bit of a challenge. Right foot steps up, stay on your left toes. Inhale, come into high crescent lunge. All right, bring your hands to heart center. Shift your weight over the right leg, and then float that left one up behind you. Gaze down at the mat, especially the front edge of the mat or in front, and then let your fingertips go to the floor. Fingertips down. Lengthen your chest forward and your left leg back. And then let's root strongly through the left hand and twist open to the right. I know you've got this. We've done all of the elements. Let your body remember. Don't be afraid of the space behind you. A little weight on that left hand goes a long way. A little extra action through the left leg. Take one more breath. Twist a little from the waist. Yes. And then the eyes go down, the hands go down. Let's bring our feet down together. Oh yeah. Nice work, everyone. How'd that feel? Yeah. Halfway up, take a breath. Fold deeply. Now, in the kindest, softest, least aggressive way that you possibly can, give me chair pose. The softest, like I don't really care. I don't really have to do it hard. Yeah, that's the way you fall in love with the pose. Come to standing, stretch back a little if it feels good. Hands come to the heart. We have some work to do on the other side. Let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Step, step back and lower on the exhalation. Inhale for cobra, and then take it back to down dog. Putting it all together, the left foot steps up, stay on your right toes, arms sweep up high overhead, let it be an expression of your work. Draw the hands to heart, make it feel a little more passionate. Weight over the left leg. Lean the weight forward, push through the left leg for strength, and lift gracefully the right one behind you. Go ahead, reach your hands down to the floor, fingertips touching. Try to get a little more of the length in your spine. Activate that back leg as you pull your head and chest forward, and then right hand roots, and we twist to the left. The way you use your right hand matters. If you want to access your waistline, you're going to have to push a little bit into the right hand and twist. There you go. Take one more breath. Let your eyes go down first, then your hand. Let your feet come down together, top of the mat. Rest for a moment. Yes, I am so glad she asked me to do that. No, I'm never going to do that again today. Bend your knees and roll up slowly. Take care. Take care. Take care. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Come halfway up. Inhale. Step back. Plank pose for a moment. I want you to feel the core work. Lift the gaze forward. Pretend you're squeezing your hands toward each other. Broaden the chest. Draw that belly button to the spine and lift your knees a little higher. We're going to take 2 more breaths. I know you can sustain it for now. Just 1 more breath. And then exhale, lower it down slow. Good. Stay on the belly. Nice work. I want you to keep your hands where they are. And instead of going to down dog, let's go to child's pose. Yes. I had a feeling you could use it. And as you go, feel that cool breeze on your skin. Quietly to yourself, say thank you. Remember your words, your own advice. If you only knew what you know now, and if you could carry that into your future, how could your life be a little different? Is it something you would tell your children? And at what age do you think they could hear it? It's probably something so simple, but so wise. Take a moment and let it integrate. We're going to come up slowly into a seated position. I know that some of our knees don't like to sit like this, and neither do our ankles, so swing your feet around in front and make yourself comfortable. Simple cross legs. Sitting up a little taller. A moment of truth, right? Just sitting still in the body, in the park, on this beautiful day. Let's inhale, reach the arms up high. I want you to think about those 2 words. And I know here together, we're going to shout them out loud. And if you're home all by yourself, you're going to start shouting, and the people who live with you are going to be like, what the heck is going on? She thought she was doing yoga, right? But in this moment, I want you to make a declaration. I want you to reach those arms high. I want you to lift your chest, and I want you to lift your gaze, And I'm going to count to 3, and then you are going to yell out at the top of your lungs your 2 words. Are you ready? Are you ready? I know some of you are like, oh, I'm not really going to yell. I'm just going to let all of them know. I want you to declare it. Say it out loud. No one's going to hear you because everyone else is going to be screaming. And if you really love each other and you care about community, you're going to scream loud so that you support the ability for everyone around you to scream loud. All right, when you're ready. 1, 2, 3. Be yourself. I love you. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I think there's a lot of people here, and we could be a little louder. So 1, 2, 3. Good. Bring your hands down. Unfold your legs in front of you. We're going to put our feet on the mat, bend the knees, and just sit up a little taller. Interlace your fingers and extend the arms forward. Notice that when your arms went forward, your shoulders probably went forward too. So now pull the shoulder blades back. It'll make your chest feel wider, and it'll keep the shoulder blades, the scapula, rooted on the back body. And make sure your knees are bent and your feet are flat on the ground. And then point your index fingers forward so you have a little more purpose here. Yes. Now, lean back just a little till you feel everything engaged, front body and back body. And as soon as we lean back, I saw some of you go like this. So the head stayed forward and the back ribs went out. But instead, I'd rather you keep a straight spine and lean back. That's going to make the core a little bit stronger. That's it. And then really small amount, just twist to the left side. I want you to do it just till you feel the obliques grab, right? The muscles around your waistline. You don't have to wring yourself out. Just get those muscles to tone. It's how we shrink the waist. It's how we create strength around the spine. You don't have to lean back far and you don't have to twist far to feel it. So if you went too far, you're probably already regretting it, right? And so I give you full permission to back off to a place that feels more appropriate. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're breathing. And then back to center. Yes. Take it to the other side. Bring your wisdom and your experience with you. Bring your advice with you. Don't do anything that is not going to be so on purpose in your life. I find it amazing sometimes how I see people expressing the poses. You don't realize the body language, the information that you deliver every time you execute a pose. Yes, you guys are amazing. Let's come back to the center. Release the hands, turn the palms up. Start to tuck your chin and your tailbone so the back gets round, and roll yourself down 1 vertebra at a time. So we lay down on Mother Earth, and we feel her support. So maybe for the first time in this whole practice, you can actually let down and let go. I know I asked you to work hard. There were a few moments where we really did work hard. And so right now, you get to surrender. And I want you to carry that feeling of softness through the rest of the practice. We only have a few more moments left together. So if you're willing to step it up and work hard, are you also willing to let it go? Let's go ahead and bend our knees. Put the soles of the feet together and let your knees drop apart. And then take your arms up over your head. Rest. Let your hips open. We've been squeezing into the middle the whole practice. Feel your heart space open. Feel the hips soften. Notice the amount of security and safety that you get from all of the people around you. I guarantee you, if you came back 2 hours from now into this park all by yourself and you just laid down in this position, you would not feel as held and supported as you do right now in this moment. Don't take that for granted. Our presence matters. Showing up matters. Coming in here as individuals to do our work matters. But it's that collaboration, that connection, that collective energy that is supporting this. There would be no yoga if I came out with a microphone and started cueing poses to no one. This all happens because of all of us. I know you can feel each other. And as we feel that support and that collective energy, each one of us is doing our own work. So we elevate one, we elevate all. And somehow this community work elevates the greater community and contributes to a shift that's happening all over the world. Go ahead, draw your knees back up to the center. Move your arms out wide like wings, like a T. And then lift your knees right up toward your chest. You don't need to use your hands. The arms are out like a T. Just pull the knees in so your lower back is a little rounder, and then twist over to the right side. I want you to do it kind of sloppy, kind of soft. So there's no special form, there's no perfect way to do it. You don't have to squeeze your knees together. And I want you to be able to let that left chest and left shoulder relax. Hi, baby. Maybe even turn your gaze out to the left. Close your eyes and let your eyes soften. Let your lips soften. Let your jaw soften. Is there anywhere else that you can soften? Take one good deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it out, easy. So no more breathing through the nose. You can breathe free from this point forward. Make sure your feet are relaxed on the ground, no tension. Let go. Put your feet down, relax. Yeah. And now, in order to safe transition, because we have gone pretty deep and gotten pretty loose, we have to pull ourselves together. And so mindful transition, belly to the spine, push into your arms, roll your spine flat, bring your knees back to center, and then let those knees go to the left side. They can fall any way that feels good. Soften your belly. Relax your feet. When you're ready, head to center, knees to center, spine center. Go ahead, take your hands, grab a hold of those knees, give yourself a really good squeeze. Try it with your knees together, notice how it feels. Squeeze so much that your head can come to your knees and your tailbone can curl up off of the floor. And then keep squeezing those knees in, lay the head back down. Release the tailbone down. Let the back be flat as you still squeeze your legs in, and try opening them just a touch wider. Yeah. So we curl the spine and then we elongate the spine, and we do it against the mat. Feel your kidneys press down and your shoulders press back. Take one more breath right where you are. And then extend your right leg up to the sky. And keep your left knee bent, but put it back on the mat. That's it. You can interlace your fingers on the back of your leg and then push your leg into your hands. So you're not trying to pull your leg with your arms. You're actually trying to push your leg into your arms. So push, don't pull. This way. No, lay down, push. There. So I know as soon as we grab the leg, we think we have to pull it in. Your arms should be straight. Your arms should be straight. Your leg should be straight, and you should be trying to get your leg away from you. Like, think like, oh, God, there's something gross on my knee. I don't want that near me, right? Push it out, away. Yeah, you feel that? Heel to the sky, leg out, away from you. And then keep that action, but let go of your arms, and then float that straight, strong leg all the way down to the floor. Keep extending out of the heel. Keep reaching out from the hip. Once it touches down, let the left one go meet it. Take one good deep breath there. See if you can notice a difference from one side to the other. A little bit of space. And so only fair to create the same space on the other side. Pull the left knee into the belly. Bend the right knee, put the sole of your foot down, and then extend that left one up. Interlace your hands behind. Give yourself something to push into. Arms are straight, so the leg has room to push out. And if you grab the hamstring, grab here, now push. Yeah. So it's like your heel's trying to go to the sky, and your knee is pushing out away from you, and you feel yourself pushing into your hands. You're giving yourself something to push into. That's it. Just really nice extension. And then release your hands, but keep the action and start lowering that leg all the way down. Keep pressing out of the heel. Keep lengthening, lengthening, lengthening all the way down. Keep pressing out. Keep pushing out. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Push out. Yeah. Once it touches down, go ahead, release the right one to meet it. Let's take our hands and just place them onto the mat or beside you on the ground with your palms facing up. That's it. If you move your hands away a little bit more, you'll feel your shoulders relax. One more time, remind yourself of that advice. Are you being those words right now? Let's all begin to gently awaken. Little movements, lots of breath. Notice how you animate yourself by breathing and moving. We literally breathe life back in and awaken into a new day. An opportunity, if you choose to take it. So we come to seated. We sit in that same place that we made the declaration. We sit up tall. And maybe just for 1 hour, we came a little closer to who we are and how we want to be. Maybe we got to see the truth about ourselves and we see some things that we can work on. That would make it worth it to do yoga. And the bonus is that you got to stretch and move and strengthen and do all of those other physical things too. It's amazing how the yoga works. Let's bring our hands together at the heart. Open your eyes and look around. Look all around. Maybe smile at somebody. I bet somehow in the middle of your practice they helped you. You don't even have to know their name. And then together we're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to sound that beautiful sacred sound of Om. And every time I go back and I listen sometimes on the recordings that we do for the online, I have a mic on and all you hear is me, right? You hear like my Om. I want you guys to be so loud that this mic picks it up, right? That I actually can hear the most beautiful sound rising from all of you together. Collective energy, big vibration. You guys think you could do that for me? So take it up a notch. Sometimes I think the Oms are sacred and they should be really quiet and just meant for our own vibration, but I'm going to ask a favor today. I don't want to hear myself, just me. Because what happens here is all of us. So when you're ready, it's going to be a big inhale, and I want to hear it. When you're ready, deep breath in. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om peace, peace, peace. May the practice always be a source of peace for us. May it be a source of peace that the world needs so much right now. May it be a way for us to come together in humanity and remember how much we need each other, how much more alike we are than we're not. May the yoga unite our community and give it strength. I thank you so, so much for being here today and practicing. We are the brave ones. Namaste. Namaste. It's so good to be back. Yeah, thank you. Mika and, was it Laura the week before? Laura, yeah. You guys, I always leave you in good hands. I hope you enjoyed those practices. I am here for about 5 more weeks. And then, then I'm off to Cuba. And I still have space in the Cuba trip. It's 5 days in November 10th to the 15th. I am planning the trip with my dear friend DJ Drez, who does the music live for us on New Year's Day, our big event on January 1st. So in Cuba for 5 days, he'll be mixing music live for us every time we practice, and we are going to integrate with the Cuban yoga community. The whole trip is about music, culture, and yoga, and community. Always about community. So we will be doing yoga with the Cubans, that do yoga there and their teachers, so we'll mix with them, they'll mix with us, and then we'll also bring in some live music with the local musicians, and we'll be able to jam a little bit and mix the music and the yoga and the culture all together. So 5 days, everything is included. If you're interested, the 10th to the 15th, we're working on the group airfare right now, so the bulk of everyone who's registered, flights were already being booked this week, so if you think you might want to come, please come see me right now. I'll give you the information. I'm not saying there won't be room in a couple weeks, but I feel like if you want to get the same rate on the airfare and be in that group collective, movement of going together, let me know and we can talk about that. I have passes for the studio, I have schedules, and I have new magnets. The last group of magnets that we had were really bad and they peeled. There was something wrong with them. So we got new ones. If you would like to put Yoga Journey on your car and drive proudly around that you are a Yoga Journey person, something, really nice. People treat you nice when you have yoga on your car. Yeah. And Cuba?
I wish Cuba. And Famika.
Oh, Famika, too. And don't forget, registration is open for January 1st. Something big. It's our huge expression of community. It's this times 10, right? It's 2,000 people coming out. It's a completely free event on January 1st in Meisner Park Amphitheater. There's lots of vendors, and we do it to express community, to bring together all of the yogis from South Florida in one place at one time to start the year off with collective energy that is nothing but positive. So free event on January 1st. Registration is open on the website. It's called Something Big, somethingbig.com. The event on January 1st is the doors open at 9:30. We start practicing at 11. Yeah. Somethingbigyoga.com. Somethingbigyoga.com. Yeah, so that's what, if you want to register. This year we could spill out of the amphitheater, so we have made arrangements for big Megatrons for the crowd to go outside down into Meisner Park. So you want to pre-register to make sure that you have a space inside the amphitheater and that you don't get left out in the parking lot. Hi.
Excellent class.
Thank you.
I just want to tell you, I used the pass to bring my son, who was like, yoga, to Deborah's yin.
Yeah.
And when it was over, he said, oh, I like this. I would do this regularly.
Oh, yay.
So now it's like something we're going to do together, which is like